Yeah, I'm wondering if he got into some bad cans. You know, tainted food.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm annoyed.
so
Can't find-
if you were to touch him, Mark, can you touch him? Can you tell me what his arm feels like? Is he wearing layers? Is he out in the open? Is he hot? Is he cold?
Layers.
Okay.
Like a kind of like a winter jacket. Like, just kind of interesting because it's summertime up where you guys are at, right?
Which leads me to believe that he's in a place that's in the higher mountains. It leads
To
me to
up.
believe he's above 5,000 feet. So, or 4,000 feet at least, because I mean, the temperature's dropping. All right. Oh, she's breaking out the.
Hey.
She's got the
Oh,
mask.
She's
She's
got
gonna
the
put the
mask.
mask on.
Yeah.
give me a minute.
Okay, Kyle. So, uh, just basically take a look at this guy and tell me what he's doing, what he feels like. I really want to know what he feels like.
You got a fan over the top of you, Jeff?
Yeah. Can you guys hear it? I can turn it off.
Well, no. I mean, it's a little. It's a little. I hear a little bit of wind, but it's not annoying. But I'm just kind of like, am I hearing things? And he turned, and all of a sudden it stopped, and I was like, hmm.
Yeah, it's got to be about 75, 80 degrees in my office right now, and I'm cooking. I had a little bit of a heat stroke this today, and I'm trying to shake it off.
You're an animal, man. You're in here doing this after that.
Oh, I was so sick. I wanted to go home so bad, but
So his feet's in water. Like I feel like his feet's in water. He's leaning back, almost like a makeshift, like where he could shit, sleep, and keep his feet cool. And like if he has injured feet or whatever, like, and he's just staying put in one spot.
so not calluses. What do you call those things that pop on your feet?
Blisters.
Blisters. I got
Yeah, so I feel like he's sweating like clammy because he's kind of sick or something.
yeah.
Uh,
He's definitely sick.
but I caught that his feet were in water. He was leaned back. Literally, he could shit, sleep,
Mm.
and keep his feet cool.
Okay.
Um,
So do me a favor.
uh,
Uh, touch, grab his stomach area and gently push down around his lower intestines. So probably right below his gut, not his gut, his right below his stomach. So the kind of like the lower intestines area. Kind of push gently there and tell me what you hear. It's kind of a feel.
It feels gurgly.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got a he drank some bad water, or ate a bad rabbit or something, because he is sick, or maybe a bad can of soup. So we know he's sick. And I like the way you put it, where he can sleep, eat, and shit.
yep, one spot. Like literally, that's what I got. I was like, this boy is not moving from the spot.
I got like
No,
an area where he can kind of recline at, kind of like a tree branch or
yeah,
a stump.
lean back. Yep, and there's like a
Yeah,
log. His feet can like hang over and be in the water if it needs to be. He can pee there and it goes away, like washes away. Like he's right at like
he's near a stream of some kind, or a small. It does feel like
yeah.
it's moving. he definitely got some bad water or bad food, so he's having intestinal issues.
He felt green, and I don't know if that's not typically a feeling, but like it was all I got was like green, like
Yeah,
gross and gross.
he's shitting and puking. So I've after a hard night of drinking, I feel like that too. So yeah, many times. All right, so we've established he's sick. Nice. He is sick. How sick?
Okay, he has a view. He's looking into. He has a valley to look into. So you're right about on he's on a ridge, or he's in an area where he can look into an open valley,
Okay,
and
so
it feels kind of sparse, like it's. And so maybe because he's above, is he above the tree line, or he's in like scrub?
His feet can dangle into water.
but
So
is it a moving stream or is this a
yeah,
pond? Because I got the feeling it's a moving body of water. Do you think maybe he's like where the stream opens out into an area that allows greater view? So basically, I don't know what they call it. It's the stream comes down in a gully and it travels to a point where it opens up and you have a much bigger, flatter area, but that initial where the stream branches into it would give you an overview of the
Yeah.
valley. Uh, and there's a word for it. I can't remember what the word is. So that he's got a view of the valley.
another question where I don't have to touch him. What do you got?
I don't have to touch him.
All right, now we're done with him. He's sick. He's got blisters on his feet that have popped. He's eaten something bad, or he's drinking something that was bad, which is fine by me. So we've established he's sick. He's not going to be moving very fast from this point on. So the nice thing is we can track him a lot easier. Um, Now we need to establish uh, in his general location. He's near Open Valley. Off in the distance, there's a there's a mountain peak with a tower. Is the tower a telephone or is this a fire watcher? Because I don't know. It's a tower with a something underneath it, but I don't know if it's fire or if it's just a simple
It,
transmitter.
I think it feels cellular.
Okay.
Where are we looking at?
I'm looking. Okay.
Anything near him?
If I'm okay, so I'm going to be sitting on him, and I want to do the north, south, east, west. I'm going to put that over him.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's probably. I want to say it's northwest. If you go up and go to the northwest, but it might be northeast. I think I'm a little turned around here. Hold on. Okay, I got to. I've lost my bearing here. I've got to figure out which way the east is. Farther off in the distance, there is definitely a cell tower, but it's a lot farther away. That one I know is a cell tower. This one is
Okay.
off to the northwest. This one's off to the northwest, and it's closer than the cell tower to the northeast. So wherever he's sitting has almost not direct line of sight, but he's northwest is whatever this tower is, and northeast is a cell tower or a signal tower. There's military stuff back there too, so it could be some sort of military.
Okay. It's high up here and very far, but northwest from where he's at.
Yeah.
It like almost follows the water. The water is going that way, maybe. or this. Oh, either way, the creek's going that way, and that cell tower's like way over there. Might have been a power line though.
That'd be funny if he's over by the power lines. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Northwest.
Northwest. I don't know. Higher. Uh, Whatever. Higher location.
Okay, so
Too bad.
there's a tower that you think is a cell tower to the northwest, and then farther away there's a definite cell tower to the northeast. And it's not northeast at a 45, so it'd be northeast. It it almost feels like east northeast. So I don't know what that would be on the ticker, but let's just go east northeast. Okay, so all right, using him and his potty chair as a line of orientation. Which way do you think the creek is running? Because you're saying it runs northeast or northwest. Where's the headwater of the creek? And how big is the creek? Yeah, I've got a definite impression of what I'm looking at as far as volume and size of the creek and the size of the water. I just don't have a good fix on which way it's running.
I feel like uh, it's weird because I feel like the perspective is this way, so it makes sense if the water was going this way, but it's going that way.
Well, I'll tell you what. Draw yourself a quickie compass, north, south, east, west, real close to whatever that picture is you got there. But draw it in the perspective of you put the north, south, east, and west where they need to be, not in relationship to the picture. You know what I mean? So don't draw the north on top, just draw the north, south, east, and west in the direction they're going to be pointing if you're looking at that. So you know what I mean? No, that works. I don't know. What are you getting out of this, Mark? Are you picking up on the water, or are you picking up on anything?
I'm trying to hone in on some of that. Um,
Power line. I'm gonna pull up an earthquake map real quick.
oh, there's Icicle Ridge. I'm looking at it through Google Earth, which gives me a better perspective of terrain. Well, there's a reindeer farm in Leavenworth.
Hmm.
So rugged in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
it,
you're not hauling ass out of here.
no, and that's exactly why I said. I mean, his goal is to get to a point that will actually take him faster away, but I don't know where he's going to.
So I think this is weird, but like he's debating whether or not he wants to try and make a run for Mexico or Canada. And Canada is obviously so much easier, but subsistence wise, it's fucking hard.
Yeah. that's the wow. There's no earthquakes. Well, that sucks. That's too bad. Oh, there we go. Okay, Trout Creek, Montana. So take a look at Trout Creek, Montana.
Trout Creek,
Yeah.
like the fish.
Yep. It's over by the Kanisku National Forest, Sandpoint. So, is there a rail station? Yeah, there is. There's a rail station that comes out of Spokane right there. So, what is that,
I
Montana?
don't. I don't think he's that far, dude.
I'm thinking he's on that. He. I'm thinking
You think
he
he
could
got
be.
he
Uh,
he got on a train
yep.
and he's gotten this far?
Yeah, I do. I really, really do. But I can't
Hmm.
prove it. But see that earthquake right there? Oh, you don't see. You don't see it. Let me show you real quick. You see that single earthquake right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm basing my info on right now. Is the fact that in the general location he's at, there was a small earthquake. So I can't verify that, but that would.
Military Air Fairchild Air Force Base and Spokane International. Okay. But these are all like fucking farmlands over here. So like,
Yeah,
why would you go and put yourself into a place where you're in the open?
I don't know because it's brutal in the mountains, man. I mean, you have no resources. You can't
Right,
hunt.
but you're on the run, and so people, you know, like people carry their weapons with them. I'm sure in this area a lot.
Oh shit! Look at that. Okay, look at BNSF Railroad. Okay, the railway system, the orange. Look at that earthquake. That earthquake is right on whatever this
Line is,
whatever
yeah.
that line is. So if I'm even partially right, and I don't know how to, I got to pull up my Google Earth to see where the hell that's at.
Spokane, Spokane, Spokane Valley. You're across the border, right? Because I'm looking at
Latest earthquake. So there's the border, and there's the river or lake, whatever lake that is. Cabinet Gorge Reservoir, Trout Creek, and Kyle said there was a whatever stream that is right there. Look at that. You see that stream right there, right going into that major tributary?
yeah,
Damn, Kyle. Let's take a look at satellite view. Right
Trout
there.
Creek, Montana. Oh, it's farther east than I thought. Trout Creek?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the other side of Idaho.
Sorry, I was eating. Figured you guys didn't want to watch.
I never assume. You never know. We could.
You could probably hear me. They're pretzels.
Pretzels are making me thirsty.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
dying of thirst.
Okay.
My problem is I can't see the stream. I can't see it at an area where there'd be open water. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I found it.
This, I get the feeling that he's like in sage, like a sagebrush, like almost like maybe in like when I was picturing like lean back on a like a log, What if he's in a fucking inner tube on these one of these weird little lakes that like have no one ever goes to, and you just chill. You can shit and piss right there in your inner tube, an open tube, right?
Yeah,
Until you need to get out and go find food. Otherwise, you just
but
sit there.
it's cold as fuck though. I wouldn't being immersed in water.
He's sick too. I don't. I'm thinking he's gonna have a hard time keeping his body temperature up to begin with, and
He
there he
doesn't
is
want
shitting
body
and
temperature
puking.
up. He's trying to evade infrared or body heat, right? Like he wants to be cold.
Yeah, but not from being sick.
True. Plus, if he has a fever, he'd want to be cold though.
So the the funny thing is that everything that I'm looking at here lines up with him being in Montana. The earthquake, the
Mm.
railroad, and Kyle's shit tree and inner tube flotation theory because of the
Shit
newspaper.
tree. I
So
love
he's
it.
like
It's
he's just
always the
fine.
bathroom. That's what gives it away. You gotta think what
Oh, it's
he's
the
doing for them.
bathroom.
Always the bathroom.
The thing is if you look at
Shit in
the
weird places.
if you look at the mountain tops here, it's a lot of forested area and it's a lot of dry area in between. So it's kind of a mix between the green trees and the just dry ass brush.
Yeah.
So it's and then there's not a lot of houses back here. So
There's a lot of campgrounds though. I'm seeing Jack Pine Flats.
right, tons of campgrounds. It's a lot of forested area that has very little in it. And again, there's a lot of hunting cabins. And like I said, he's going from hunting cabin to hunting cabin, uh, scrounging for food. And not even hunting cabins, just places that people board up for the winter or summer. So, all right, that's cool.
Hmm.
Wow, grayscale. So one of the deals is I felt like there was a like energy release, and that would be the earthquake, and that was the one thing that kind of clued me in. Now the other thing is there's a blast down here in Moscow, but again, Moscow is an area that's completely there's no friggin' way he's down by Moscow or Pullman. I mean, that's some dry ass nasty area right over there. So I don't think he would be able to make it. Okay, so
And he's been on foot other than you thinking he jumped a train.
right, the train theory is a great idea because of the volume of traffic between point A and point B. There is so much cargo going from Seattle east through Spokane
Hmm.
that it makes sense. The BNSF railroad hauls just tons of material every day. So to me, it would be a great if he can get on there for a short run. It would be a great way to make a lot of miles in a very short amount of time. They're not looking over here in Moscow or Montana. They're looking in Washington. They think he's still in Washington,
Yeah.
which he very well could be. Um, but to me, the conditions aren't right for survival. You can't hide during the night. It's cool, and you would radiate heat. And I know he's got a thermal blanket. He has a thermal blanket he sets out to evade the cameras and the drones. But I don't know how effective that is when you're trying to, you know, when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Because wouldn't you stand out like a sore thumb?
Yeah, but people, if you're not looking in the right place, you're not looking in the right place. So unless the satellites are looking for you, which I doubt they are, if you're not close, then he probably feels pretty safe.
And that's why I think he's trying to get to a point or place where it's outside of the search area. I mean,
Yeah.
anything from Spokane to Seattle is a search grid. They're going to be searching the living crap out of that. Anything outside of that, Idaho, Montana, Canada, and I don't think Oregon would qualify, but I'm pretty sure Montana does because Montana's a wide open. As long as he stays in the hills. Once he gets out in the flats, then he's toast. But the hills for sure. You know, because people are going to question why you've got some hiker hiking out in the middle of nowhere. You know, it just would make sense.
Mm.
All right, so if we're going to get back to destination, if we want a destination, I know he's in the middle of which way do I go and what do I do. Can we
Right.
can we locate the most probable possible scenario that we can look at? So, looking through his eyes with the data that he has, what would be the most probable um, outcome? Because
he's still trying to figure out whether he wants to go north or south. Mexico would be way easier
how would he do that
just in
though?
terms. Well, I'm just going to say Mexico would be way easier just in general. But you know what I'm thinking is, I think he wants to get to the ocean so he can steal a boat and sail down the coast or
I
sail up the coast.
I was going to say sail up the coast because you could literally live quite well in the inland passages between Vancouver Island and Canada. I mean,
But they get a lot of traffic, right?
no, they get very little
No,
traffic. It's
very
it's
like
it's a
what?
during the winter it's a tourist area. So during the winter there's no traffic. And you know, I would love to go up to Victoria Island and actually check out all the little inlets in my boat because it's just fascinating area. If he could get to it, he would do quite well. You've got plenty of food, resources. You could literally make yourself a cabin in there, and nobody would be the wiser. Um,
Yeah.
as long as you find an area that is really isolated, because people will be looking for people doing that. But I mean, the resources in that particular area are fantastic. If he can get there,
Mm.
easily survive a winter there. Time 7:03 close. This is 7:08. Crap.
I got 8:30.
No, I was trying to look at
Okay.
the date.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
you want to do something super fun?
Okay.
Let's take three of the words from this board and plug it into that map thing and see what it spits out for location
Three words from where?
from my board.
Oh, I can't see your board because I'm looking at Jeff's screen. Where is your stuff?
Here, hold on. Let me look at her stuff.
Can you not see me?
No,
You can't see her.
cannot.
Look at
Oh,
her.
there we go. I just had to click a chevron. Opened up my screen more.
I
So,
say go with clammy, and feel and sweat.
You mean in the what three words?
Yeah.
yeah, you can enter three words and it spits out like a three by
Clammy.
three grid or whatever.
Ooh, higher. Do higher.
Clear, clammy, and brush, I think.
What was
Clear.
the first word?
Higher.
Higher. Higher.
Uh-huh.
Clammy.
No
See,
Clammy.
address. No
see,
address is found. Higher clam.
what is the? What are your words in red? Is that SASH? What is that?
It's
5A.
sage. It's sagebrush.
Put sage, clammy, sage, and higher. CLAMMY. Nothing.
No.
All right.
Okay, look, get one other word clammy. It might not recognize that, and do sleep, please. See if those sleep, higher, and sage.
What was the first word?
Sleep,
Oh, sleep.
and then we'll do higher and sage.
I get sleep, hither, and sage. I get Saskatchewan, sleeping, hither, and sage is
Let's do
nearly
that one.
which one?
Sleeping
The one
hither.
that's hither and sage. I mean, if it hits 2 out of the 3, that's pretty
But
good.
It's
Saskatchewan is right above where we're looking at.
Where's it at?
yeah, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's right above. It's right above Montana.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So just take
So
a
maybe that's an alignment in alignment with.
yeah.
Here, let me turn on.
Show the map. That wouldn't that be
Yeah.
fun? That would just I got tingles, man. Oh, this is cool. So Saskatchewan, if he can hit Saskatchewan, the world's his oyster. I mean, he can literally go across Canada with no problem whatsoever because there's plenty of rail systems. There's a highway that he can get picked up. What were the three words? It was hither.
Sleep, hither, and sage. And lo and behold, if we go straight south, there's Chinook. There's
Which
the
is the name of
upper.
his dog.
Here, let's see your
What?
screen. Let's see your screen.
Don't I have it turned on?
Yeah, I see it.
Do you?
You got to click on me.
Oh. Okay, so where's the point?
Right here. So here's Calgary, straight west or straight east of Calgary.
Okay.
And if I zoom in, so if I go straight south, there's Chinook, Harlem, Upper Missouri Riverbank, or River Breaks National,
Great Falls, Montana. Wow.
Snake.
That's pretty cool because it actually took us to an area that's fairly in line with. So there's where the Kootenay National Forest is where I'm looking at. If you went due south, there's Lewiston, which is in direct alignment with that. So I mean,
Hey,
maybe he's heading east, and maybe he is
if
heading
you
to that.
hey, if you take my from Rock Island camp
Oh,
and go that way, it hits.
there's Old Baldy. So there's your prominent peak. Great House Peak, Old Baldy.
So you said if you went off your initial look, it actually goes that direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Rock Island. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. So yeah, and then from there go southeast.
Bozeman is not
And
far
south.
from there. Billings is not far from there. Well, I mean,
Something to think about.
The problem with that due south, the Lewiston, Great Falls, there's just not a lot there. Fort Peck Indian Reservation. I mean, he is Indian. Why would he? Why would he be running for an Indian reservation?
mm,
I don't think. I don't think that's his clan or anything. But I mean, it doesn't make sense. But then again, I don't know much about this guy at all.
well, when you're hungry and thirsty, uh, do you make good decisions?
Why? Why? Yes, all the time.
What, what's in your head? You're like, oh, I'll just go do this. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but
Okay, I think we actually did really good tonight, guys. I mean, to me, it really feels like he's moving east, and he's outside of Montana. And I'm gonna stick with my theory that he's heading east. He may want to go to the coastline. He may want to go north to Canada, but I think for whatever reason, currently he's holed up in Montana with bad feet and a bad gut, shitting his brains out, overlooking a valley. Um,
mm,
I don't know for a fact on that, but Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Flathead Reservoir, Poison. Yeah, that's my theory. Oh, excuse me. All right, so
mm.
what else? What else we got here? What else can we look at? So, do you think it's possible that maybe he's looking at going north?
Yeah, I mean that's the most logical thing. He's like, let me get out of the country. Calgary and Edmonton, and there's fucking nothing. There's really virtually nothing over here, is there?
No, dude.
Well, look,
When you drive that highway, Highway 1, it is
Hey,
flat nothing.
hey, Mark,
yeah,
can we do another thing?
yeah.
Can we pick three other words from here and get it on the map, and we'll triangulate, see if there's something in the middle there.
Okay.
Okay, let's pick three more words from here.
Oh shit. What? 3 words. Okay, boom. We do another one here.
Okay, what is that
Okay.
in water? That's in water, right?
Um, right here, yeah, feet in water.
Feet.
It's all backwards. Yeah. Your camera setting is reversed.
Feet
Oh,
in water. I got right side. I mean, it's looking good to me.
Really?
Yeah. So
Crazy.
okay,
how about feet? Because feet seems to be standing out prominent. So we do feet,
good idea.
water.
Okay, and let's go hot. No, I feel like we should do the other red word. Let's do brush.
Yeah. Okay.
Feet, water, brush.
Yeah.
We may have to do feet hot brush.
Nope.
Okay.
I get fret water brush. I get feast water brush, and I get
What's fret water brush? That's pretty
Hawaii.
close.
Hawaii.
Wow.
If you're gonna run, that would be
And
definitely a place to run to. So
feel water brush is Kentucky.
how about feet hot brush?
I'm not getting any kind of feet.
How about water
I
hot
get.
brush?
Well, let's see. Water.
That's too bad because feet is really prominent. And it's on there 3 times.
Yeah. No, nothing found.
Okay.
Okay. How about we go cool and hot because they're opposites.
Cool hot feet.
There's no feet, I don't think. So cool, hot, and then
Nope, not part of the.
How about cool, hot, sweaty? What's the okay? What's the word in green that you got circled?
brush.
Brush. Cool, hot brush.
About the word location.
Yeah, nope, not coming up.
Okay.
I tell you, the one time it does come up, it picked an area fairly close to
Right.
that could be. I mean, that's still that's just kind of freaking
So
cool.
if we just so if we just go south near Lewiston, and I just click on the spot, created bubble Foster, Ford's Creek Colony, near Route 200 and Route 87, Grass Range, Fantasy Urban created.
Well, let's look at a different perspective. Um,
Okay.
10 days from now,
Hmm.
I want to know where the location is that he will be setting up 10 days from now. So in 10 days, that's today's Wednesday, Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Um, by Tuesday, he's going to be over the bug. Um, and he's not going to be fighting this gut issue. It's going to have long-term effects on his strength, but it's not going to be terrible. So now I guess my question is, where is he going to be in 10 days? What are the weather conditions like? Would it be possible to look at the conditions he will be in 10 days? Or is it just too much? Is there too many choices right now to do this? Because
Yeah.
he's definitely like an open book as far as I'm going to do this or this. And I don't think he's made up his mind at what he's going to do. But we should be able to see, you know, what's going on. I just don't know if we're going to be able to see accurately. I mean, if I look 10 days into his future,
How easy would it be to get on a water system and go south?
uh, what do you mean?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so you got this, you got Salt Lake. What else? I mean, like everything basically runs through Spokane, Yakima, and Portland, and out to the ocean, right?
Okay.
That's kind of a question.
So there's a river that goes from northern Idaho all the way down to the ocean. The problem is there's multiple dams in the way. You literally have to portage over the dams. So can he do it? Yeah. Is it a good idea? No. Just because each time he has to stop and portage over a dam that has massive security.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I would love to do it, but it just ain't gonna happen. That's why I keep thinking an overland system would be be much better.
So either he steals a car,
Or
he
hitchhike.
jumps, hitchhikes.
Yeah.
Are people pretty apprehensive about picking up hikers?
Nope.
No,
No.
they do it all the time.
I know I did back in
I was going to
back in
say
the day.
Jeff picks up hitchhikers in the Astral.
Yeah.
Your protection.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I pick them up all the time. It's like, come on, let's go for a ride. Bring them all. Sure. What the hell? Um, in in that part of the woods, people are a lot more trusting. So you're going to find a lot of people will stop and pick up a hitchhiker. Um,
Yeah, but you'd be able to tell whether or not somebody's been, if they're stranded, if they've been out in the, like he's going to be pretty disheveled and stinky and.
I don't think so because he's literally going to find a house that's empty. I mean,
Oh,
he's using the houses as a resource. So I think his clothes will be cleaner than you can imagine. His boots are going to be torn. He's having problems with his feet. He's having problems with his I don't know if it's his socks or the inside of his boots. Um, but these are short-term problems. I mean, you know, he's gonna find replacement clothes. He's gonna find food, and he just have to stay out of the camera range because one of his biggest fears is getting into somebody's ring camera.
right.
Because if he gets into a ring camera system, that's going to be, his downfall. And he's already been picked up on trail cams, so I know he's been seen. It's just they don't recognize who he is. So he's been seen by cameras. The cameras haven't been analyzed yet. So, and that's what I'm saying with the river system. He can't. That's a no-go because there's camera systems all over that, and they are fed to federal databases, and they will pick his ass up in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Um, and that's the problem with hitchhiking on roads too, though, because the road systems have cameras every time the truck gets checked at a weigh station. So
Okay.
you're not going to be able to do that either. But I don't know. That maybe that's the other thing we should look for is where he's been picked up by a camera. I mean, would it be possible to look back through the camera feeds and find out one of the cameras that actually picked up his face? A good face. We need a good face shot. If they had a good face shot, they can actually locate his current direction, and then half our job is done.